Awesome. Welcome everyone to the bi-weekly ZKsync proposal review call. The main focus of today's call will actually be discussing the new zip that was posted on the forum yesterday. And we also have a note on the staking pilot season 1, as well as a few other small ecosystem updates to share with y'all today. Before we dive in, he's not yet on the call. However, I did want to take a moment to say that Rafa is back from paternity leave, and also extend a warm welcome to him. So you can expect to see him back online a lot more, and available if you have any direct questions for him as well going forward. And yeah, just wanted to call that out, just so folks were aware, because you might have noticed he was missing, I guess, over the last few months. So Rafa's back in action. We were originally going to start with the zip, the upgrade, the ZKsync Security Council parameters, but we're actually going to flip the order of this a little bit, just because Rafa needs a few minutes to join. So we will start actually with the season staking pilot season 1 update. So the Zekonomics staking pilot has been running now, I believe it's for 10 weeks. Season 1 officially started February 9th. The seasons were designed to be 3 months. And at this point, we've seen some really great outcomes or metrics, and have gotten a lot of really, really great learnings from season 1 so far. For example, at this, like today, or as of today, there's about 316 million ZK staked, with APR targeting 10%. The total rewards that have been distributed so far are close to 3.2 million ZK. If you folks remember, the total rewards to be distributed for season 1 was 10 million ZK. So we still have some time for the rest of those rewards to be distributed here. I did want to call out, and then of course our favorite metric, the net increase of active voting power. This is up to a net new increase of 215 million ZK in active delegated voting power. This puts the total active delegated voting power at about 1.56 billion. We're very, very close to being 2x quorum of active delegated voting power. So this is really exciting, and a really cool outcome of the staking pilot season 1. I did want to call out that I did want to note the end date for season 1, just because I've seen it been mentioned that it would end in May or begin early May, but there was we wanted to start calling out the specific date here. And Ra from the Tally team posted this on the forum a few days ago, announcing the May 8th end date for the staking pilot season 1. Essentially what this means is that rewards will stop streaming on May 8th. So there's still time to participate there if you have not staked yet, or if you want to participate in the staking pilot season 1. As I noted, we have like 360 million staked, and the participation cap is at 400 million. So there's still time to participate and earn some rewards over these coming final weeks. But rewards will stop streaming on May 8th. Tally will support the program admin, the staking pilot program admin, to produce a season 1 assessment report, alongside a recommendation for the continuation of season 2. They are expecting to have that ready to share shortly after season 1 ends, likely within a week or so. After season 1 ends, they're going to try to have that report ready and available. And also in that report, they're planning to announce a recommendation for season 2. So I just wanted to take a minute to call this out, just in case anybody hasn't participated yet and wants to participate, or who's already staked, and just to be aware of these timelines as well. Any questions on this point? Great.
Well, it's
Oh,
amazing. It's very well explained.
yeah, great. Happy, love to hear that. I'll definitely pass that on to Rob. Great. Yeah, so the next the next kind of category or bucket of updates today are just a few short ecosystem updates. One of them I wanted to call out because we were getting some questions in the forum and also some DMs, we being the governance team, is what's happening with Tally, what's going on. We've tried to share as much as we could over the few weeks after Tally announced them closing, that they were going to be shutting down shop. But Scopelift a few weeks ago now announced publicly that they will be taking over operations of Tally's governance platform. This is for select clients they were working with. So we had an active ongoing contract with them. So Scopelift will be taking over the Tally interface operations on their behalf. And this was communicated publicly by Scopelift, and we also released an announcement the same day to let folks know what was going on. We unfortunately weren't able to share anything sooner, obviously for legal reasons. But the main takeaway here is that there will be you don't have to expect any change in functionality or accessibility to the Tally governance portal or the staking interface, which is also on Tally. So for now, there's no changes expected in the ZKsync front of Tally. And I just wanted to make sure that folks saw that and that was clear. For the next call out I wanted to mention today was that ZKsync Lite will be fully deprecated on May 4th. This sunsetting of ZKsync Lite will not affect any other ZKsync systems. I'll also share there was a post shared by on X here that I'll share in the chat for folks if they want to go read more details on this. I wanted to call it out on this call because I've shared it in a few written updates over the past few weeks, but hadn't shared it on this call. I also saw that Awaki posted something recently on X about unclaimed Gitcoin grants that are still on ZKsync Lite. So I wanted to call that out just in case it's relevant for any of our delegates who may have gotten a grant through Gitcoin and still wanted to claim those funds. Awaki posted like a list or a whole thread about this on his X profile, so you can go reference that. Great. And if you have any issues or questions about this, feel free to reach out to the governance team, to Rafa and I, and we can try to get some more details, or we can start a thread on the forum and get folks to chime in there who have more answers. Great. Then moving on to the final ecosystem update here. This is more just kind of a fun one or a fun call out. This in regards to upcoming events. Curious if anybody is going to be attending ETHPrague. We have a few delegates who are going, including and speaking at the conference, including myself from the ZKsync Association side. I linked just a few of them that I found on like the speaker page here. ETHPrague has been doing some cool like Twitter threads on the different talks and folks who are coming. So I linked all the kind of the ZKsync governance geeks who will be speaking at the event here. And yeah, just wanted to see if anybody was going, and also obviously call out and invite anyone to come say hi and hang out. Great. That actually concludes the ecosystem updates on our side. I am just seeing if Rafa will be able to join.
It was very, very nice. I really love how direct, which was every consistent update was very direct.
Yeah,
So
great.
I would like to go to ETHPrague to just be part of the event, but I'm not very sure if I will be able to do it. But Christoph will be a speaker, so
Yeah.
we will have presence over there 100%.
Yes, I know. I'm excited. It's going to be, I mean, the speakers are really interesting. And I've heard a lot of really great things about ETHPrague consistently over the years, but I've never been. So it'll also be my first time attending, which will be really, and it'll be so fun to be able to share the stage with so many other familiar and friendly faces as well. Yeah, so really looking forward to that.
That is something that we need, especially under current conditions that we have on market and general crypto space. We need to see each other and speak and share our
Yeah,
thoughts.
we need the vibes. We need the space to chat and share thoughts and come up with some ideas potentially. So yeah, maybe depending on capacity and what's else is going on at the time, maybe we can even organize like a small little ZKsync delegate gathering or like coffee meetup or something like that during ETHPrague.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, and to be honest with you, I think that I would like to discuss a little bit more about the ZKsync Security Council parameters.
Yeah. So
So feel free to leave your thoughts about it.
yeah, for sure. So I'll just say a little bit about this proposal before opening up discussion here. So the ZKsync, this zip that was posted by the Security Council on the forum yesterday, I believe, or late last night, is a proposal that would reduce the number of signers, Security Council signers, from 12 to 8, and it would adjust the compensation for each of these signers, reducing it to $3K per month. This is, and of course, also adjusting the signer thresholds. There's specific notes on that we can talk through too. The main point here, though, or the main thing to note here is that the signers who are being removed are mostly individuals. So it's all of the main entities are going to remain as signers, and that's also outlined. There's a nice chart at the bottom here to explain who will remain and who will be removed. And the main kind of takeaway for this proposal is that this is not to say that the Security Council is not important. The Security Council is still an extremely necessary and a very important element of the ZKsync protocol upgrade system, but also for the general security and oversight of the ZKsync protocol that should be maintained. The point here is, and like the reason why, or the kind of motivation behind it for this point in time, is to align the Security Council setup with the current needs of the protocol at the current given time, as well as to do it in a way that also aligns with market demands from potential clients as well. There's a section in here that I think summarizes it really well in regards to, with this enterprise focused strategy, it requires a different Security Council composition. For example, for when speaking to banks, there's been some feedback, direct feedback that's been given or shared to say that they would like to see more like official entities on these security councils rather than individuals. So this is the reason behind like the decision of who would be removed or not. It also is bigger kind of motivation here is also to recognize the shift or the kind of era of development that ZKsync is in right now. So there's a big shift. There has been and will continue to be a big shift from protocol development, which was last year, like 2025. We remember all of these zips that that were shipped and passed and executed through governance, to product development. And this change kind of reflects that phase that ZKsync is currently in right now. It's also to note that just because it's changing in this direction now is not to say that it won't change again in the future. The Security Council should also be able to adapt and change based on the needs of the ecosystem at any given time. And this is the motivation behind this proposal, is just to try to align the Security Council with the current needs and security demands that the ecosystem has at the moment. So there's a lot of really great information and narrative that's added here, but I'll pause there, and happy to answer questions. Yeah.
Well, thank you for the rationale about this proposal. I think that was very complete. I understand that if this is just like a strategic alignment for the future of the ecosystem, but just I need to clarify, because probably a lot of folks that we will see in this recording will compare this situation with the last situation that Scroll suffered with the Security Council recently. Then they basically disband the whole Security Council. So my question is like, this is just reflected to be like a strategy objective. It's nothing associated to cost reduction or something like that, right?
Correct. This is also, yes, this is something that we also, or the Security Council wanted to make clear. Alicia also wanted Rafa and I to make clear on this call today while we were talking through it, is that this proposal does not question the importance or necessity of the Security Council within the ZKsync governance system. The Security Council is a necessary pillar, as we know, one of the three critical bodies of the ZKsync governance system. And this proposal is not trying to suggest that it would be removed or it is less important or less significant. It is simply trying to adapt the current makeup of the Security Council, again, to align with not only the security needs of the system at the moment, but also like live market demand feedback that ZKsync or Matter Labs has been receiving from these new institutional clients that they've been talking to and onboarding. So yeah, that's the primary reason behind it. There's no intention to remove or get rid of the Security Council. But great question, and especially in the light of the scroll discussion that's happening right now.
Yeah, thank you for that. My last question for today regarding to this proposal, I think I need to, but it's something that I have in my mind and I just want to clarify it.
Yeah.
How was the reaction of these 4 members that we removed? It was something that was spoke with them. It was a mutual agreement. How was that handled?
Yeah, that's a great question that I unfortunately can't answer because I was not involved in those discussions or the coordination of getting this proposal to the place it's in now. This was Alicia was in charge of this. Unfortunately, it is like 3:30 in the morning where she is right now, so she was unable to make this call. But happy to relay that message to her. Or also, we can discuss it on the next call as well. I think it's a good question, but I think generally folks understand. Folks who are signers on Security Councils generally understand how markets change or needs change within an ecosystem or within a protocol, and that adaptation needs to happen over time to keep up with what makes sense for the protocol and the ecosystem at any given time. So my understanding, or to my knowledge, again, not involved, was that everybody was very understanding of these changes. But Alicia can provide some more context on that next time.
Yeah, that's great to know that we will have the possibility to discuss this in a future call. Well, that was everything from my side. I think that the only thing that we need to know is like, can you tell me more about the timeline of this proposal? It will be on in the forum 7 days and then going directly to vote? Or
Yes,
how
yeah.
will be the
Yeah, great question. My current understanding is that the plan is to submit this proposal on chain within the next 7 days. So yeah, when exactly, I don't know. But sometime within the next 7 days, this should be submitted on chain. And then with the vote delay, of course, being for zips, we have 2 days.
Yep.
3 days, 3-day vote delay, just like TPPs and GAP now. Sorry, I confused myself with those changes we did to the GAP and TPP process a few months ago. Yes, so 3-day vote delay and then the normal process from there on.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shelby, for everything.
Yeah, great. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it. And thank you for joining today and for all of the great questions. I will have the brief notes and recording posted by tomorrow, end of day, and hope you have a great week.